I love how you're not.
I think we're live.
Let's see. I'm gonna wait until I hear some kind of. We got 3 minutes. Don't swear. Hi.
I'm a UFO in my head.
Let's see. What do you have all over here?
Shit. I don't know.
All right, we got sound. Somebody doodled all over your face.
I know, dude. Look, it's like.
All right. In the famous words of Matthew McConaughey. Welcome back to the show. Let me set this 3-minute timer for swears. Let me where are we doing? 3-minute timer for swears. Go. All right. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. You're here with Uncle Frank and Uncle Fred. I've got a lot to say today. I went down a lot of rabbit holes last night. I've got a theory about what's going on with climate change. And the ancient Sumerians and this other planet that might swing outside of our solar system and come into our orbit like every 3,000 years. Like I have this wild theory that I was listening to this dude and he had this, he was saying that the ice caps on Mars are melting same as ours. And he thinks that there's another planet coming into our orbit that orbits us naturally, but doesn't swing through for like 3,000 years. And this is how we ended up with technology and all this shit. I was like, I fucking love it, dude. I swore. Wait, no, it doesn't matter. We're still going to try.
Reset the egg time.
No, we're still in 2 minutes. Let's go. All right. So we've got 10th planets. They took Pluto away, but I'm not doing that. I still say Pluto's a planet.
How about they're not? Oh, they're all just gaseous enigmas or whatever. Do you ever hear that one? They're not planets.
Yeah.
This planet's flat.
I'll tell you what, dude.
It's been full.
All I can tell you is this. The Big Bang Theory and all the stuff that they told us since we were kids. I want to know how they know that that's factual.
Well, you have to
because they don't.
College.
It's a theory. It's all a theory. The Big Bang,
dude,
that's a theory. How can they prove that? You think there's a dude that could tell us how the fucking universe started? Fuck you, 3 minutes. We're going early.
Yeah.
The hell with it.
Well, it's a theory, but it's like.
Yeah, but we just took it and it's in our textbooks. Like there's a human being.
We didn't go to college for.
It doesn't matter.
Years.
I don't fucking care. There's no human being on this planet that can tell me factually how our universe and how our solar system started. I don't fucking care how long they went to school. I'm calling bullshit because you're not a fucking astronaut. You're not God. You didn't form this fucking solar system that we're in. You're just pitching ideas and it's ending up in a textbook because enough people bought into your shit.
We just went in 17 different new directions in one sentence.
Did we? Good. That's what this podcast is for. That's what I'm here for.
God put the dinosaurs here to trick us.
There's no such thing as dinosaurs. Go to a museum. There's not a single fucking dinosaur bone in that son of a bitch. It's a cast, you liars.
There's a guy that says that dinosaurs are really dragons. There's a lot of wacky people.
Okay, so the dragon thing.
How do you know about that?
Yeah. The dragon thing is actually a theory that there was an actual bird that at some point in our planet's history was basically a flying lizard, and that every culture in our planet was encountering this flying bird because there's dragons in every culture, right? So what they think is that there maybe was this flying lizard, but because it could fly, you know how birds' bones are hollow and they decay really easily.
It's supposed to be all. That's where the dinosaurs came from.
Right. So
no, those are the evolved dinosaurs.
Right. This is what I mean. It's
that were only put here by God to test us. Yo, we should take your drone and we should go to that big ark where Jesus is riding around on a dinosaur. Did you ever see that? It's out in the middle. I don't know. It's in the white people land somewhere. It's like literally Bill Maher went there.
Oh, I know where it is.
Hanging out with a dinosaur.
No, okay. It's in Orlando. It's called
No, is it in Orlando?
Yes. Yep. It's called
Come on.
Yeah, because I dated a girl who lived right across the fucking street from it. It's called
God, dude. We're full of shit.
No, it's like a Disney World for Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't know that was in Florida.
Yeah, it's in Orlando. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a huge
arc,
deal.
Right?
Yeah. It's a huge fucking deal. I mean, I'm sure different.
I thought that was out
they probably
like
have different ones of them, right? They probably have an ark built somewhere.
They have Jesus. They have a replica of white Jesus walking around, the Middle Eastern white Jesus walking around with a baby dinosaur, and you're like, we're gonna go to the museum today, kids, and learn some stuff.
Right.
You want to confuse kids? Like Jesus has dinosaurs? What the?
Here's the thing. My problem with all of the stuff that we've been taught since we were children is as you get older, you realize that most of it is a theory that we accepted.
Theory, but theory is different. It's not a theory.
But do you think that there's an actual? There's no proof that we started from a Big Bang. That's just the theory that's accepted. Well, but there's nobody that out there goes, "Hey, man, I fucking saw what happened." This is all speculation.
They look back with the telescopes. That's about all I know.
They didn't look back with shit if they just saw a fucking black hole.
I don't know. It might just be a bunch of nerds trying to get laid.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Remember we were looking at the lunar lander and there's not a star in the sky? That shit is crazy. Because if you imagine we were on the moon.
Okay, so that's the government, dude. There's no smart people in the government.
No, but what I'm saying is there's no human being on this earth that can say without beyond a shadow of a doubt how our universe started. There's none. I don't care.
I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean?
We don't know for sure.
We don't know. It's all fucking, but they put it in these textbooks and we took it as gospel.
Well, I didn't take it as gospel.
I did because I'm fucking stupid. Well, dude, and that's what happens when you, to big, stupid people, hear a teacher and we're younger. And we're not even we're not even paying attention. Dudes like me are the ones that fucking fought the Crusades that we weren't even listening. And somebody was like, Jesus said to do it. And we were like, we got to go. That's how I was in school with the stupid fucking teachers telling me, oh, this is how everything is. And it's factual. And then I get older and I'm like, that's not factual. Like, that's just all of our theories through time change. But we tell each other, oh, this is 100% fucking how it is.
You'd be real happy now when they're like, boys have vaginas and girls have penises.
You know what I mean? Like, it's funny to me too. Like we can't even figure out now as a culture what a woman is. But you're gonna fucking tell me how the solar system formed, motherfucker.
Well, most of us can. It's just a few people that got not picked on enough.
I just love it. Like I listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson's condescending ass. When he goes,
dude, I used to love that guy, and I want to. He knows everything.
He's just like every other fucking jerk off science
teacher. You know what
teacher.
I think happened to him? Because do you remember he had a big sexual scandal and it only lasted 3 weeks.
Really?
It just went away and then he came back and then he's a smart dude, so he's able to sidestep these little questions and everything. But like him and Ben Shapiro were talking one day and Ben's like, nah, like how about this? And he couldn't answer. He was getting really pissed.
Yes.
He started getting, because you see how he gets more condescending as he gets more pissed.
Oh yeah.
And he talks like he's a pervert. He's like,
here's the problem with him. Anything that he says, for the most part, he's speaking outside his wheelhouse and using his intelligence to try to just, I'm so smart.
Well, that's the problem.
Believe everything
that's the problem with academia.
Yeah,
like, that's why
they think they know everything.
That's why what the hell is his name? I don't remember anything. The guy from MIT, the little hippie guy.
Hippie guy from MIT.
Never mind, dude.
Anyway, this is what I mean though.
Carl Schwartz.
These fucking dudes. The only person or entity that knows how our universe started is a fucking fictional character that Marvel Comics invented called the fucking Silver Surfer. Because, you know what I mean? Like, you could tell me what happened at a baseball game if you were there and witnessed it. But if you are to tell me what happened at a baseball game with no visual cues or knowledge of, and you just make up a fucking story, and that's what they're doing. They're like, oh yeah, it happened at this park on this fucking day, and this is what happened. But literally, they know nothing about what happened, and it's speculation. Well, but I took that shit as some motherfucker was riding on a comet taking notes.
Someone lied to you.
Yes. My stupid ass science and math teachers that I knew were dorks and full of shit. You know what I mean? They lied to me.
I mean, yeah.
They told me I would need mathematics. They told me I would this science is true. The only thing I wanted to do is light shit on fire with a Bunsen burner. I didn't give a fuck what they were saying. That? Yeah.
Where's the frog?
Yeah, we all dissected the frog. That's real. But the same bitch that would tell me how to dissect this frog was the same motherfucker telling me about how the solar system was formed. I don't think they know. How can the same bitch?
Well, it's all. That's why science. That's why when they say science is an agreement on this or that. Like, there's no such thing as a agreement in science. It's always supposed to be tested.
Right.
Like theories like the gravity or something is constantly. It's held up over the years. You know.
Not to me. Not to me, you sons of bitches. I don't trust anything I was taught other than things that I can prove. Like one apple's here, another apple's here. That's two fucking apples.
Common core math, buddy.
That's two apples, though. You split one. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense to me. History makes sense. It's a story of events. But when some jerk off with a set of fucking binoculars or a telescope that he put on top of his house, and these assholes, they're like, oh yeah, here's fucking Pluto. Pluto was a planet since I was a baby. Now it's not a fucking planet anymore. Fuck these people. Get a real job.
Did you get fingered by a scientist there or something?
I think so. Station? Maybe a couple of them. I think they ganged up on me.
Show me on the dollar.
They're like, draw a circle. Draw a circle.
Draw a circle.
Show us the.
Draw a circle on Uranus. I'm gonna draw a bullseye on Uranus.
We're gonna play pin the tail on the periodic elements.
We're gonna play Father Scratch and Sniff. Oh my God. How about this one? We're going down that rabbit hole. Never mind.
Well, this is what I always say to people.
I'm too high right now.
Now, since I've been doing this on this podcast, anywhere I fucking go where my friends are, they're always like, tell the fucking people what you think about the Earth before.
Dude, why? Dude, I love it. I love the fact that people get so triggered over flat Earth. Like people get viscerally angry.
Yeah.
Hey, you know the Earth is flat. Someone, an old lady might stand up at a party and stab you in the fucking eye.
But here's the thing:
the Earth isn't flat, asshole.
Right. And I'm not saying it is, but
I am now. From now on,
I'm not
just to piss people off.
What I'm saying is, I all this podcast, for the most part, is Fred and I questioning reality and saying, could this be fucked up?
No,
true or false?
The thing that pisses people off, we're gonna get flat Earth shirts,
and it pisses a lot of people off. But listen, it's funny because by the end of my conversation with a lot of these people who are baiting me into this conversation to make fun of me, I'll say, look, who do you trust the government? And they'll say no. I'll say, so why the fuck are you trusting them on this?
Why are you on your 17th?
Like this is okay for you to take their word on it, right? But everything, but you don't trust the government. No, but you believe this. Yes. So what sense does that fucking make?
Well, the same people that
like you're contradicting yourself.
Don't trust the government are like, we just need more government.
Yeah. What's all we need is more government to tell us more shit.
They've been doing a great job. Nancy Pelosi's on her way over to Taiwan right now to get shot down.
That's amazing, by the way. And I have to say, I'm telling you this now, as a fucking country, if we do business with China and they threaten one of our fucking, I don't like Nancy Pelosi, but she's still an American.
Oh, yeah.
If you fucking threatened to shoot down her plane, I would have sent the entire fucking battle group to the China Sea and been like, you fucking say one more dumbass thing and we'll melt your country back into the fucking Stone Age.
That sounds like what Donald Trump would have done.
Yes. Because, dude, you don't threaten us with that kind of shit.
You what, our button is bigger than your button.
Bro, you don't tell us where we're going to go. You don't tell us how we're going to act. That's fucking stupid. And we have people going, oh.
Well, because
I would have sent Nancy Pelosi over there with a fucking goddamn flag wrapped around her neck like a cape, shot her out of a cannon, flew over, fire that bitch over China,
no.
Have her fucking parachute into Taiwan with a Roman candle stuck in her asshole.
And some stock advice.
Yeah.
No, do we put the titty guns on her? Like nipple titty guns?
Like those fucking, like they swirl. Like
the
like propellers, bro. We get her some nipple propellers and a fucking Roman candle butt plug.
Dude, these guys are trying to start World War III.
I'm telling you right now, that type of shit that should never fly. I sent you that thing
of
Ronald
Reagan.
Reagan.
I
didn't watch it. So the speech that Ronald Reagan gave. Now, whatever you think about Ronald Reagan as a president, whatever. I was so young. I go off of what basically, like, I'm still alive.
I don't remember him really, but
he gives this speech when we were head to head with Russia in this Cold War, and he says, since when do we as Americans hide from a fight? He goes, and which fight should we hide from? He's like, is this the fight we should hide from? And then when we hide from this fight, at what point do we surrender? So either we accept we are never going to take other people's bullshit.
Yeah. Well,
you're not going to tell us where the fuck we can fly, China.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that's this is how the world works right now. So you gotta.
I know, but here's the thing:
with an iron fist.
China's in business with us. We're in bed with each other. Without us, China's economy falls apart. Without China, we don't have shit to buy.
We don't have cheap plastic.
We're in bed together with a business, right?
Yeah. So we can. So you can have an adult conversation without this stupid rhetoric that he's like. There's no thought process gone into it.
If you're the president or you're a fucking part of any kind of government agency in the alphabet crew. If you don't call your counterpart in China and say, what did your fucking speaker say?
No, but these people that are in office, a lot of them in office right now, they don't have that ability. They've never been trained to do that. That's like high level negotiation tactics. Like
they've never been in a street fight.
Did you ever? Yeah. But I mean, did you ever see Well, there's a documentary about it, but there's a book too when the Cuban Missile Crisis was going on.
Yeah.
So these guys were using old tactics where they would shoot like a warning missile or like a warning
across
shot.
The bow of the ship.
Yeah, and both of the Kennedys, Bobby Kennedy, they're like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, throw that book out the window! Like, this is no time for this shit." But it's just like people going by protocol and like we're about to get blown up. But that's exactly what they were doing. Everyone's got a counterpart, right? And they're on the phone, like, we're gonna figure this out because that's how you keep the world from blowing up. Or we could put sleepy Joe Biden on the phone and he can get fucking bitched by the president of friggin' China. Like, dude, he got bitched, dude.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm the president,
can you imagine that fucking guy on the phone right now negotiating? Like it is a fucking absolute embarrassment. Do you think they really put him on the phone to negotiate?
Oh, Joe.
Yeah, or they're just saying he was on the phone. I mean,
I think he's on the phone and he's fucking it all up, and the other guy knows he's
dude,
weak. I don't think they're going in there. I don't think they're going in there taking the phone away from the president. I just don't. I think that the president's just incompetent.
This to happen, dude. I think someone wants this to happen. It doesn't make any sense, dude.
I'll tell you right now. If you're the president of the United States and China comes
out,
now
shit your pants.
And this speaker who represents the Chinese Communist Party who runs China says that about our country. You pick up the phone as the president and you say, get on the phone with the Chinese prime minister and you say, the guy who made that statement, I want him gone. I don't ever want to see him on TV again. I want a public apology and I want him fucking gone.
Because what they're doing is they're testing.
Yeah. And if you don't do that, China's going to keep pushing. And you say, if one of your fucking public speakers makes another remark like that, we'll retaliate with fucking hellfire. You don't make a threat against us publicly like that, you stupid little bastards.
It should be vice versa all across the board.
Yeah, we're not going to threaten you. We're going to shoot down one of your ambassadors. Don't you fucking dare make that threat, you stupid little fuck.
It's wild.
Bro, it's balls. It's just like this. If somebody told me now, if you come down this street, I'm going to fucking blah, blah, blah. I'm going down that street because I'm going to say, who the fuck are you? And that's how America should act. Like, you're not going to fucking tell who the fuck is this guy? And that's how we used to feel. Now we're like, oh, we got a fucking communist Chinese party. They got money.
We're on a big apology.
And John Cena's speaking fucking full Mandarin. John Cena should have his dick out. I don't know why whenever I get angry, my dick comes right out either. It's a problem. I've done it at weddings. It's fucked up.
You should not do that.
No, but it's my first natural reaction. Like the most disrespectful thing I can think of is just take my fucking dick out. Like this is it.
You're just going to rape your way through this.
I don't know. It's not even like a sexual thing. It's like a dominance thing. Like my dick is out.
That is wild.
It's fucking crazy, bro. I had my friend come up to me and goes, put your fucking dick away. You're at my wedding. My grandmother's here. But I'm like, fuck, I'm mad. I'll take my dick out. Fuck it.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Anyway.
There's got to be something. There's got to be something between Joe Biden getting on the phone and you taking.
Yeah, we need a happy medium. I'm not saying I should be the leader. Nope. But what I'm saying is we need somebody like Ronald Reagan with delivering an epic speech.
We need an adult
of these fucking. My friend, I sent that to my friend who I played college football with. He doesn't care about politics. He goes, I want to run through a wall right now. And that's that dude. It's that speech. It's that fucking American, like, let's go, baby. And we don't have that shit right now.
No, we're about to.
We got, man. I don't remember.
We're on an apology tour.
And you know.
It's pathetic. Dude, did you see freaking Andrew Schultz? He was like, he goes, do you notice that we have like no balls anymore as Americans? Like we used to be cocksuckers. We used to be like the loud people in the country and shit. He goes, when
we still
we're not doing it anymore.
You know what? There's still people out there that don't care, that aren't walking on eggshells, and that are going to live their lives and still be the same person they were before whatever the fuck has happened is happened.
How about this?
You're not changing me now. I'm 44. You know how many women have tried? The media's going to do it. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's wild.
Man. Anderson Cooper ain't changing me, motherfucker.
It's Anderson Cooper.
I've had 22-year-old hot chicks trying to change me.
Is he still on TV? That Cooper guy?
Yeah.
Cooper.
I like Anderson Cooper, to be honest with you.
I liked him. I don't like his reporting anymore.
Here's the thing.
I like him, and I liked what's his name? There was another guy.
Jake Tapper.
Jake Tapper.
I like Jake. And this is what I mean.
They just
people think you have to like a certain news. I like a news anchor that I think is doing his job as a reporter.
Job, asking questions,
as a reporter,
motherfucker. That's your job,
right? Like when I like Peter Ducey just because
he's the only one asking questions.
But he's also the guy in the room that when he gets to him, it's funny because he's been waiting the whole time to go, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Dude,
you know they're like terrified. They have no answers for the shit. Too.
No.
You're the press secretary, bitch. You're supposed to have answers. That's your fucking only job.
Yeah, why are you out here if we're just gonna play this pitter patter?
Well, we have a whole line of people who can't answer that, and they're not out here doing that job. You fucktard.
I guarantee you, it's got to be the hardest job in the world because
these aren't
even your opinions. You're repeating somebody else's.
It
policies.
is hands down the worst job ever.
It's got to be horrible.
They're like, hey,
like,
get out.
Who wants that job?
Yeah,
if they're like, you want to be press secretary, it's like they must play musical chairs, and whoever the last person standing is like the fucking one that wins.
You're
press secretary.
You know what that job is? That job is basically like, hey, this guy's about to diarrhea shit in my face. Can you just put your mouth there for me?
Hey. Half of the entire country is going to hate everything you say. Do you want this job? You're like, yeah, I might as well take it.
yeah. It's so stupid.
That's a tough job. But
How about that? Who's that Asian chick from CNN? And she just is always backpedaling. She's the healthcare correspondent. And
dude, I think that she's so robotic.
Want to choke that bitch to death.
She's so condescending.
She's saying like, now we're gonna have to. She's the one who came out and she was like, oh well, those masks are basically like mouth or like face candy or something. After they're making everyone wear masks, the cloth mask. Now she's saying that we need to have a global, not shutdown, but a global like basically it's a pandemic for monkeypox, dude.
No, we can't.
It doesn't make any fucking sense, man. I tell you what, I'm not catching monkeypox. I can guarantee you.
The boat analogy always works. And here's the thing: we're on a boat. We're at sea. We have to keep rowing to get more resources, more supplies. They got all this stuff. Somebody gets sick on the boat. We don't just stop the boat and nobody does anything while we care for this dude.
We're very concerned with that.
We still have to get supplies and food and fucking take ground and build shelters and all this stuff. Or everybody on the boat can go like this. This guy's sick. We're all going to stop here. We're not going to make any more progress until everybody's healthy. That's never how society progresses, ever.
Yeah,
it just doesn't work that way. It doesn't even make sense. It'd be like if you were taking a wagon train across the fucking West, right? And somebody got fucking typhoid and everybody just stopped, split up 6 feet apart and hunkered down. They're like, no, motherfucker, winter's coming. We got to go and get some food. I don't know. I get so aggravated. Can you tell? One of these times I'm just going to stroke out, and that's going to be the episode that we make it because I die on here.
No, we're not going to do that.
We should get a defibrillator just in case, and I'll juice myself. When I feel it coming,
I'll make one.
We'll get ready to pow. We make one out of a car. We do it ourselves. We don't need to spend that kind of money.
I'll get a car battery and just hook it up to your balls.
Well, just give me 2 cables loose over here, hooked up.
We're
couple of pieces of electrical tape on the ends.
I don't understand why no one's taking any of this rhetoric shit serious. Like it's really serious what's happening right now, and no one seems to know or care because it's like a media blackout or something. Are you still standing with Ukraine guys because they're taking all our money? And like, what are we doing over there? And it's very bizarre, man.
I think what it is it's the equivalent of a bunch of people who are well-to-do, have a lot of money, constantly, they feel a certain way and they have a lot of hate inside them, so they spew it. And they spew it toward the right, and the right spews it toward them back, and they spew it at each other, and they don't care that they're riling up these people, their bases, right, to do, whether they realize it or not, I think they do, to act violent. And I always say this, that at what point can we charge the media with a crime? These media organizations are riling people up to harm each other.
They're all blatantly lying right now.
Yeah, and it's a dangerous rhetoric. It's so dangerous.
It's turned into a mudslinging contest where, so you remember when Trump first got on the scene, everyone's hey, blah, blah, blah. And then he just starts to, Shane Gillis says the best. He goes, oh, yeah, that guy's talking about religion. And Trump comes out, he goes, Ron Paul is ugly. He goes, oh, you could just say that? Like, you just say that? Like, so now, like, everyone's getting dragged down into the mud and mudslinging fight. So now it's back and forth. And it's just now, what are we doing? We're just trying to do it. We're doing the same thing that the other side that we hated doing. Like, it's dangerous. Dude.
It's so dangerous because it's It's something that doesn't have to be done. And it starts with this whole, he did it, she did, they did. Like,
yeah, we got a bunch of fucking hall monitors in the office.
Donald Trump gets elected, the left gets furious. They start doing dumb shit because Donald Trump's treating Meade shit and blah, blah, blah. And it starts this kind of culture war, right? So then we have all of these riots in the Pacific Northwest and blah, blah, blah. Then we have January 6th. So if people are like, if you think that riling up each other and taunting each other and talking this kind of shit, look at what has happened so far.
Yeah, but like you got to this what I
like. Why do we want to keep doing this?
So this is I try to look at it like this because it's infuriating as well. But most of the people, there's still people that are only paying attention and they believe whatever their media source is.
Right.
So there's no other thing outside of it. That is, if someone says it, it's not even a thing that could possibly happen. Like what did we do through the pandemic? We watched all those live streams and saw all the shit that was going on. There's people that still don't even know that happened. It's like, I know what the fuck I saw, and I saw it coming out of the Antifa idiots' mouths. And like, remember, like, boom, boom, boom. They got songs and they're dancing around. They're a bunch of LARPing idiots. And that happened everywhere. So I know I saw that, but there's people that still, this is why they don't take, this is another genius move they did, right? To discredit any independent media. Because now they're all like, the guys who are actually doing journalism, Matt Taibbi's, and it's ironically a lot of guys that are on the left. Matt Taibbi,
Jimmy Dore,
Jimmy Dore,
Kurt Metzger, and Jimmy Dore.
Jimmy Dore's
are
like
my fucking favorite.
Oh, Jimmy Dore's like, I'm an old comedian pothead in my garage, and I'm doing better.
Hey, Kurt Metzger's like an ex-Jehovah's Witness comedian who's my favorite comedian.
Dude, he's the greatest.
He's the fucking best.
Dude, he's the king joke, right? He's the best.
I didn't know until you told me that he's sitting there feeding Jimmy jokes.
Oh,
I thought he was just on the show being funny.
No, that's why you hear. That's why I said Jackie the Joke Man, because whenever he laughs in the background, that's one of his jokes that he throws out. And every once in a while, Jimmy's like, I can't say that.
Dude, Kurt is he's one of the most brilliant comedic writers.
Dude, he's so fucking funny.
He's fast, bro.
He's brilliant.
Yeah.
And he goes.
Him and what's his name from Crowder? Dave Landau.
Oh yeah.
And Andrew Schultz. Those three guys are my favorite comedians.
Yeah, Kurt Metzger's another like he's a protege of basically Patrice O'Neal. Him and Bill Burr. That's how they got. Like, I mean, they're both funny, but they were around him so much. And Patrice O'Neal was such a genius. He rubbed off on them, and it was just like Patrice O'Neal. He just like look at those guys and laugh at them, and they would just walk out of the room because they had nothing to say.
Yeah,
dude. He went on. Like Kurt Metzger was on stage one time and he just walked in, Patrice O'Neal, and hit him with a phone book while he was doing his set. And just ended the set, laughed at him, and walked out. And Kurt had to get off the stage.
That's amazing.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious, dude.
That whole group of people is
because Kurt Metzger, he goes, listen, I have the right to talk on. I was in this God shit. I can say if there's God or not God. I'm telling you, you can't. He goes, he was reading about critical race theory and all that shit, reading all the papers. He goes, all this shit is a cult. He's like, I was involved in a cult. He's like, so when you leave the Jehovah's Witnesses, he's like, I was basically excommunicated. No one would talk to me. Right. And he's like, we were forced to lie to people to keep them on with the narrative, basically. That's what the cult shit is. You start asking them the wrong questions.
Yes. Same Scientology, anybody, any religion.
This is the same fucking playbook that it's been for years.
Yeah.
Dude, it's disgusting. Luckily, we just don't like any authority, and we're just telling everyone to fuck off. So fuck you and your medicine.
So I watched. Here's a good example of how you can misinterpret history your entire life. So there was this documentary on Amazon Prime called Benedict Arnold, American Hero. I was like, let me check this out. So Benedict Arnold, to me, was a traitor. That's all I know.
He's a verb now.
Yeah. You Benedict Arnold bastard. Yeah. So that's all I knew my whole life. I didn't know anything about his accomplishments as a soldier or a leader.
I don't know anything about him right now except Benedict Arnold.
Let me tell you this guy's fucking story. This dude was such a badass. His armies, like his men, wouldn't fight without him. He was so fucking badass. They shot him and his horse. He got another horse and went back into combat. Like, give me another horse.
Don't fuck with that guy.
This guy was so badass. The Indians called him the Dark Eagle.
Oh, wow.
I was like, you don't get that name by being fucking gentle. You know, like this dude is a fucking savage.
Like, we shot that guy's horse.
The English called him the Hannibal of the East because he went through the forest and fucking attacked Quebec. He took Fort Ticonderoga. Like, this is a major military accomplishment. It's like, other than George Washington, Benedict Arnold is our fucking guy. So what happens
is
is
he a traitor? Is that
no,
what
well, he is, but this is okay. So this is what's so crazy.
is it like when Batman plays the bad guy because that's the right thing to do?
Well, listen,
you know.
So Benedict Arnold, all these other generals keep getting credit for his actions. So he's leading from the front. He's attacking Fort Ticonderoga and taking it. But a general, I think it was General Gates, was writing back to Congress saying, oh, he's having all this success, but he's not mentioning that he's in a tent and Benedict Arnold's leading these attacks. So Benedict Arnold keeps getting passed over for promotions. He keeps getting passed over for any kind of, because they don't like him. The command doesn't like him because he has the men's
middle management.
Yes. So he's getting madder and madder and madder to the point where when he was laying siege to Quebec under George Washington's orders, 600 of these guys turned around and left with supplies.
Oh, they must have hated him.
And he was like, where the fuck are you going? Benedict Arnold was laying siege to Quebec and half of the guys turn and leave.
Because I'm following the leader.
He was like, you fucking pussies. So Benedict Arnold took Quebec and he was like, I got the city now. What? So anyway, so Benedict Arnold keeps getting passed over for these promotions and blah, blah, blah. Then he gets shot off the horse. He breaks his leg, gets shot again. So he's wounded to the point where he can't fight anymore. They give him the generalship of West Point. So he's going to run West Point Military Academy. And then here's where they call him a traitor. Apparently, he was going to surrender West Point to the British, and that would give them control of the Hudson. Wow. So Benedict Arnold goes to New York, which is controlled by the British at this point. So the British got New York. Benedict Arnold flees West Point to New York, and he's basically like, fuck you, America, I'm joining the British, right? Now, from America's standpoint, from that point on, Benedict Arnold led attacks for the British against the colonies. Here's the thing. From the British standpoint, they consider Benedict Arnold a saboteur who never won a battle for them. So he came over to the British and basically threw every battle for the Americans. So the British consider him a saboteur. The Americans consider him a traitor. So which one was it? Like, is this guy, he might have been like the best spy of all time.
Yeah, dude,
anyway.
They didn't teach us shit in school. Huh?
Dude, Benedict Arnold is a fucking animal, bro. This dude was a savage fighter.
You know, one of the funny things that's happening right now, too, I feel like no one saw the internet coming ever. So now everyone can look stuff up if they want to. Yeah. Most people aren't doing it, but I heard this on patriotfarts.com.
Bro, there was a battle in this Battle of Saratoga, the second Battle of Saratoga, which was one of the largest battles of the war. They told Benedict Arnold to stand down and not fight in it. For what reason, I don't know. He was a major general at this point. He was sitting in a tent and he heard word that the line was faltering. So he was like, fuck this. He disobeyed direct orders, left the command tent, got on his horse, rode by all the men retreating who turned and ran next to his horse back to the front because they respected him that much. And he won that fucking battle. I'm like, yo. We never hear any of these accomplishments that this dude was a fucking maniac. And maybe he went to the British side to sabotage him and lose all these battles because he never won a campaign after he left us. So did he throw all these campaigns for us and we just never know the truth about this guy? But he was one of our greatest fighters of the Revolutionary War by far and away. Number one, he's the fucking dude. He fought when nobody wanted to fight. He'd be like, I'm going to fight the fucking British. And he would go and fight with 10 guys in a small town. He was just that dude.
That guy's a badass.
He was a badass. We don't really know the story.
That's the most I've known about Benedict Arnold ever.
Bro, my captain, I was telling him a story tonight, and he said he was the one who told me about when he was at the military academy. These guys came over from Oxford, which is in England, and they gave their perspective on Benedict Arnold, and that's where he told me the English consider him a saboteur. They don't consider him as part of their army. He left and sabotaged every battle. So we consider him a traitor and they consider him a saboteur. Which one, was he a saboteur or was he a traitor? I don't know. Fucking wow. I'll tell you what, though, if you were going into battle, you wanted fucking Benedict Arnold with you because this dude was fighting.
We have to do a t-shirt of that.
Him and his boy. Bro, his boy, I can't remember this name. He was from Connecticut. He was fighting in Quebec in the streets, and he was killing people with a sword. And his men got killed. He's the only one left. His unit gets fucking taken. They got him surrounded with bayonets and muskets, and he's got his sword, and he wouldn't surrender. But a priest was walking by, and he goes, "Are you a priest?" And the guy goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "I'll surrender to you. I'm not surrendering to them." And he gave his sword to a priest, and he was taken captive. But it was fucking wild. These stories of these men, dude, it's crazy, bro. If you look back to these guys I thought this guy was just a traitor. I didn't know he led every major battle in the fucking Revolutionary War against England. I didn't know he was like the guy. I just thought he was a dude who fucking turncoated.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I just imagined him as a dude who wrote a letter and was like, gave away a position. I didn't get it.
I picture him like a greasy little sneaky hall monitor guy.
He was the guy he was the only one of the commanders that would lead from the front to inspire courage in his men. He would take the front position so that you would always know that he's not going to do something. He's not going to send you to do something. He's going with you. And he was that fucking type of dude. It's a great fucking story. It's called Benedict Arnold, the American Hero, Revolutionary Hero, something like that on Amazon.
What a ballsy title, too.
That's why I was like, I got to check this out.
Arnold, the hero you didn't know you needed. Yeah. Jesus Christ, dude.
They don't go into any of his Indian campaigns, but for the Indians to call him the Dark Eagle, that's got to be some sick. This dude must have done some shit.
Guys are so sad.
Like, he was like scary to them.
Yeah, those motherfuckers were savages.
Yeah, they considered, because he was a warrior. Like, they considered him a fucking warrior.
It was like Aliens versus Predator and shit. Like, I got respect for you, loser.
Pretty much, dude. Like, the Indians. So the Indians fought with the French. So what was happening with America was
they fought with the French.
Yeah. So what happened was,
against who?
At this time, prior to the English like deciding with the colonies, what was happening was the English and the French were at war over the colonies, right? So that's how we end up with like French Canada and all that shit, because those are French colonies that went up there, right? So the French and the English, which are the two major forces of the world at that time, are battling over the colonies. Then the French, when we decide to declare war against England, we're basically the rebels. And the French are like, we'll work with you because we want to beat these guys. That was basically what it was. So the French stopped trying to control the colonies and fight over England with England to control the colonies, and they just helped us beat the English.
Wow. So what's next? What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know. Hopefully Benedict Arnold comes back and leads some kind of fucking revolutionary army.
I think there's going to be, yeah, we're going to dig up Benedict Arnold, put him in a dress, and put him in a parade.
Here's a crazy fact that I didn't know. You know Monsanto, right? The seed company.
Yeah.
And you know,
created Agent Orange.
So, you know, they basically they own all the farms because they own the seeds that go into the dirt type thing.
Oh, they own the life.
Right.
They patented a life form.
So Putin banned Monsanto and declared them a terrorist organization.
Good. He's right.
So Putin declared Monsanto a terrorist organization and banned them from his country. And this is. So let me pull this up. That's quite a claim not to show some kind of substantial.
If that doesn't make you think twice about what's going on in this country, Putin just named one of the people who's in charge of food for this country a terrorist organization. Putin.
Here it is. Let's see. Putin labeled Monsanto terrorist. Is Putin right to call Monsanto a terrorist organization?
Yes.
Blah 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 blah.
They're terrorizing my balls.
Why Putin? Let me see if I get something that's going to give me something to read for you guys. All right. Russia has high hopes for organic farming, maybe a little too high. Source. When is this? Oh, this is 2014. This is way back. I didn't know this was this far.
Because our food is worse than you can't. They don't eat a lot of our shit in Europe.
It's very interesting that this happens in 2014, and we have a problem going into the breadbasket of Europe in Ukraine, and Russia is banning Monsanto, and it's just little intricacies I find fascinating. You know what I mean?
I just think it's a terrible happenstance, and we just have we oh my God, I don't even know how to phrase this. It's the decisions that are being made are so fucking stupid that it looks like it's smart.
Yeah,
Joe Biden has
it's
literally
either intentional or it's really dumb.
It's got to be intentional. If you go back and look at Joe Biden's record for anything foreign affairs, anything at all, he's wrong across the board about everything. The guy's a fucking moron.
Yeah, it's not even. It's not him. It's the whole system. It's the whole party. It's the whole.
But
thing.
Shit trickles down. So you got a bunch of jackasses. You got a bunch of people with no practical experience in anything, that are there because they're like, look at what I did. Like it's a participation trophy.
Yes,
it's a participation trophy. Yeah. Fucking administration, basically.
If Joe Biden,
look at how they've destroyed it. They're fucking things that worse than the pandemic at this point,
dude. This is the problem. If everybody said, "Oh, it's Joe Biden's fault," Joe Biden couldn't do shit, and if he turned around and everybody was like, "That's stupid," And
Joe
his people
Biden's a
didn't.
patsy, dude.
Right. He's backed by a party and he's backed by this establishment, and they have an agenda, and there's money going into pockets and lobbyists and fucking dirty deals and fucking back channels.
So it's the Democratic organization, I guess, right? Look at all the people that could have run for president. They picked the worst fucking guy. Anyone that stood up for anything at all, Yang, Tulsi Gabbard, or literally any other candidate would have been better than this motherfucker. And somehow this jackass got in office.
Do you know why? Because they could control him.
Exactly.
He's the perfect patsy, dude.
His wife is like this with her hand.
Did you hear about our prisoner exchange with Russia? That's their
yeah. It's awesome. It's a good. We're taking a female basketball player for a guy who's
the Lord of War. For our female NBA basketball player. This dude, they made a movie where Nicolas Cage played him called The Lord of fucking War. Yeah, that's him. Like Yuri Blesnin. I can't remember. I can't pronounce it. But The Lord of War or an NBA fucking basketball, WNBA. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, that doesn't even make sense. That'd be like if we had a tiger in a cage and a fucking mouse, and we were like, we'll give you the tiger for the mouse. We're like, fuck it.
Also, what the hell is she doing? You get paid more
here.
The basketball.
Yes. So the women's basketball.
That's somehow going to be our fault.
They make a ton of more money in Russia, and
they make $4 or $5 an hour.
They do make more money. Like they can substantiate.
No one fucking watch. I don't watch any sports at all. But women don't watch women's sports.
No, I know. But they go over to Russia, and for some reason they make more money than they make in America in the off season.
You know how we know it's boring and no one watches it? Because no one watches it.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like period. So, like who's that stupid soccer player chick? And they're like, oh, we need equal pay. You fucking delusional cunt that you were like, oh, they already, and then it came out, they negotiated a whole different deal than the men's player.
Yes.
So they can be comfortable. So that you're not putting any risk on. Like, also, no one's watching your fucking stupid sport, dude.
Right.
Nobody.
Here's the thing. I was thinking about this yesterday, why I have a problem with basically everything.
Yeah.
This is what my problem is. When I was a kid, the people we respected were people that did their fucking job and weren't like, look at me, look at me, look at me. They just did their fucking job better than anybody else. And we were like, I love that guy. Like those are our heroes.
Do your job.
I don't like anybody with the attitude go, look at me. And that's all that Megan Rapaport, that stupid purple haired bitch. Look at me, look at me. Dude, it's always like, look at me, look how special I am. You bitch.
It's individualism gone out of control. Is what it is. Everyone's you need to be so individual. You're making shit up. You're making up.
Yeah, it's annoying. Why can't you just be badass and let that speak for itself?
To your fucking self, dude.
Yes, only Muhammad Ali and Conor McGregor can sit there and be like, I'm pretty, I'm a bad man. Like you have to have so much style to pull that off.
Yeah, but here's
two people have ever been able to do it.
I feel like no one ever wants to hear someone with excuses in a leadership position, and this is all we hear.
And nobody.
It's someone else's fault. Like, dude, you learn that in your first job when you're younger. When it's like, oh, you know, I'm talking about this. I don't want to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to do this, and then, but you got to learn that when you're young, because your first instinct is to be like, well, it's not my fault because of this or that. It doesn't fucking matter. Just fix it. Don't let it happen again. That's the first that you should learn that in your first job when you're like 15. And these fucking douchebags haven't learned it, and they don't give a fuck, dude.
You know what teaches you as a human being? What taught me as a human being?
Getting your shit kicked
that I wasn't special, and that anything I did or said had consequences for not only me but for other people.
With sports,
because you were playing with other people that were putting in a lot of effort towards something, and if you fucked up and you had an excuse or you weren't on time, everybody suffered.
Well, then you're the weakest
all
link.
had to run for you. So the next day, you knew if you didn't fucking show up, all of us, not just the coach, we were going to have to suffer. So we hated you until you showed up and did it right.
Yeah,
and that was how you learned.
It's like fucking. It's team.
Exactly.
It's a team thing.
It's like anything else. When you're in a team sport, the military unit, whatever it's going to be, when you are not fucking special, that you have to
then when you got to think of something else besides yourself is what ends up happening.
Yes, and it's a great thing,
which is a good thing because that's what keeps you from being a narcissistic douchebag and a child. Dude.
Yes,
it's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah,
like all I hear is excuses. Everything's filled with excuses. I can't do this because that. I can't do this because that. Everyone's walking around with something fucked up. Just fucking buckle up and do it. How about if we're imagine the internet in like 1200, 1300, it would just be like
1200.
It'd be like rape, dead, rape. Another 800,000 people just got raped. Everyone's getting raped. Everyone's had rapes for dinner. What do you have for dinner?
Oh, no. And back in that, and it's 1300. Yeah, we'd probably just be rape and pillage. That like language hadn't evolved into like, you, sir, I step outside and I will slap you.
I'll challenge. You know where that came from? I challenge you to a duel. A couple of participation trophy losers. I will shoot you at 15
I don't know,
steps.
man.
I tell you what I'm doing. All right, yeah, give me that glove. As soon as you turn around, I'm blowing your fucking head off.
It was all about honor.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna honor my life, and your head's blown out because you're a loser. You turned your back at me. You have a pistol and a white glove, motherfucker.
Bro, Benedict Arnold was insulted by people in Congress, and he rode there and challenged every single one of them to a duel and went outside and waited, and nobody would go outside and fight him. So anytime anybody dishonored Benedict Arnold, he would ride to that town and challenge you to a duel, and nobody would fight the dude because he was such an animal. I was so impressed with this guy.
If Benedict Arnold was alive today, he would have been in like a badass like a hip hop song and shit.
I mean, when you look at
that's a good hip hop name.
Benedict Arnold. Dude, just imagine that maybe he's been misunderstood throughout all of time, where the English think he was a saboteur and we think he's a traitor. It's fucking crazy, but somebody knows the truth. Like Washington probably knew what the real deal was.
I mean, it seems like that documentary you just watched.
Yeah, but there's no proof. Like there's no way to really prove whether he was intentionally throwing these battles once he fought for the English. What else did I have? I got something else. Let's see what we got. Which camera? Nice. I have all right, Putin Bands Monsanto. I watched this thing called the most hated man on the internet. It was a guy.
Oh, dude, what the fuck is that? I keep hearing about it.
It's about the guy who created a website called Are You Up? Are You Still Up or something like that?
Oh, didn't he like his wife with a dick or something? Or?
No, he would it was revenge porn. But what happened was, so he had a platform people are uploading everything to, but they were tagging people's social media accounts so you could really find the person, right? But what ended up coming about was he had a friend that had a scheme to hack into girls' emails. So we'd find hot girls, this guy, and send them like a message on their Facebook, be like, hey, I lost my phone from one of their friends. And they'd be like, I'm going to send you a code. Can you send it to me? And blah, blah, blah. So they would do it. And then he had access. So the FBI got involved and found out they were hacking into these girls' accounts and stealing the pictures. So it wasn't just revenge porn. It was like these dudes stealing these girls' pictures off their phones and emails. But bro, when I tell you the last thing you want ever to happen in your entire life is the FBI to start investigating you, it's the worst thing that can happen because these dudes build a case that you will never hide from. There is no hiding from a federal case. These FBI agents had these dudes for literally like they could have prosecuted them like a year earlier, but they just kept gathering information till they had him by the fucking balls. Like where there's no denying that this happened. It was wild to watch. You don't want to be fucking around with the FBI and the federal government, bro. If you get in their crosshairs, Jesus. And if you're doing something wrong, I'm sure they could set people up too, but at the same time, I always say, if you're living your life and not bothering people.
Fucking phone just shit the bed, dude.
Which one?
The one that I just took off.
I don't know.
Thanks a lot, Verizon.
Fred's got a lot of camera issues.
Everything just shit the bed. Whatever. We're back online.
Perfect.
Got a little toot skin on my head.
Perfect. I forget what I was saying. What was I saying?
Something about yelling.
Yeah. Yell at him.
Yell.
No.
Yell.
Oh, that was what I was saying. If you live your life, you're a good person. You don't bother anybody and you're not fucking.
That is most Americans.
That's all you have to try. That's just do that.
That's just literally most people.
Yeah.
We got to kill our televisions. What was that back in the 60s? Kill the televisions?
I forget.
Dude, I've been on social media for so long, like actively on it. Like I still have the platforms and I just use it for business and stuff. But dude, it's so weird when you see like it's like a foreign thing to me when I'm like, oh yeah, you guys are still like posting on Facebook. Like it just seems like not healthy.
None of it's healthy, man, and none of the hate is healthy. If you're looking at somebody's stuff and being like, "Wow, great job,"
yeah, that's
like,
exactly
that's
what
cool.
I'm doing ever in life.
But even
awesome job.
Yeah, but even then, like if you're liking and commenting on like a hateful thing and being like, "Yeah, you're right, this sucks," like that sucks. I just think the whole thing
I
is
don't think
like,
I've ever been like, I don't like what you're doing on here. Like for someone I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, this sucks. Like, who the fuck's got time for that?
Yeah, I just don't get the whole thing. I mean, I do understand why people like it. Of course, it's attention. It's everything.
Yeah.
It's everything in one, and it's right in your pocket. I get the whole thing, but it's not fucking helping.
That's why we got a bunch of fucking virgins running around and girls with bad attitudes and dudes.
I love how you said girls with bad attitudes.
Dudes jamming their freaking Nintendo 64 up their ass. That was like 20 years ago. That is pathetic, man. Look how quickly we went down here. They're like, hey, we have this new thing. It's called the internet. It's going to be fucking awesome. And then it turns out they completely lied to us. It would have been awesome if, you know how they could fix the internet? And I didn't make this up. I just was reading a lot about like how it should be. If it was from the ground up, bottom up instead of top down. So if you went on the internet and you, as the individual, you were owned and were responsible and in charge of all your personal information, all your shopping shit, everything. All if okay, you want to be you're a company, you want to know what I'm looking at, so you can use it for market research. You fucking pay me. So if everyone owned their own shit and it was like your social security number, none of this would be happening right now. We wouldn't be getting manipulated. We wouldn't be like, oh, the Facebook is free, and it turns out like it's not free. Like none of it's free. They're just stealing who you are as a person to get on there and put pictures of your fucking fat aunt in a picnic or some shit in Georgia. Like, fucking ridiculous, dude. We might be past the point though, because who's more powerful than the 30 to 40-year-old, if you're lucky, technology executives? They fucking hold the keys to the kingdom, dude. There's never been a more powerful entity in the planet than Google, honestly. They're in charge of all the information, dude. They're the gateway to all the information. Who the fuck's going, oh, I'm going to use Ask Jeeves. Not today, loser. You're not. You fuck. I'm going to use Dogpile. I'm going to use Yahoo. Get that guy the fuck out of your house, the Yahoo guy. I'm going to search this on Yahoo. I'm going to go on Bing. Oh, really?
I got Safari on my phone.
You're not going to be around my kids I don't have if you're going to be fucking around on Bing, you little fucking loser. Yeah, dude.
They have power though, but here's the thing: all it takes is a solar flare or some weird shit to reset our technology, and or a some kind of mudslide. Like I've been thinking about this a lot. All of my shit,
and then the power goes out, and poof, everything's better.
Like I haven't chiseled anything into stone. Like all my shit's on paper.
Find that hard to believe.
Or you know what I mean? Like I haven't created a monolith of my penis.
Dude, we should do that.
I should do that, because if the fucking something happens, all this technology and all this shit just goes away. What if our future like fucking great grandkids find this in the pile of dirt?
Well, no.
And they're like, what's this? A mirror?
You know what they're gonna find? Just like they found what did we find from the Egyptians? We found a bunch of retarded cave drawings from the people. So you know what they're gonna find? They're gonna find like graffiti on a bathroom wall. Someone's like, oh, leave your number here and you can fuck. Like it's gonna be like the dumbest shit ever. That's the only shit that's gonna say. They're gonna be like, these people were fucking retarded. How the hell did they do all this stuff? 50 years, dude, it would be all be gone. All the information. It's probably happened before.
Dude, it would take, I've watched these things where they take like a city and they let it decay. Like they show like a time lapse, how long it would take.
It's just like it's completely engulfed within 100 years.
Not even really fast. Like they showed New York, like I think it was something like I can't remember what the scenario was.
Just a live picture of
but it just showed like overgrowth, like trees, plants, fucking weeds, that kind of shit growing in a city, how fast it would take. It was like not fast. Or it was very fast how long this overgrowth would take. Like it was just like the city's gone.
So doesn't it seem like this is probably this is just another iteration of us, figuring stuff out and then getting big enough and then it all falls apart. And then the only things that are left over are a couple of retarded cave drawings. I'm like, wow, they build these pyramids. Like, I don't know, man.
You know how in every fucking and this is just me off the top of my head talking bullshit.
Oh, you know how that's the whole podcast.
That's the whole podcast. If you know how all these drawings and all these things, they show like people looking up to like a craft or something.
Yeah.
What if
the new rule
this planet like I think they called it Nibiru or some shit like that, right? What if this 10th planet or whatever it is, as it swings through our orbit every 3,000 years, these dudes jump off that planet with some kind of like spaceships, come down here, they grab all the smart people,
Mardi Gras.
They grab all the smart people, they set off some kind of mudslide, and the rest of us are like, and then we spend 3,000 years trying to figure shit out until this fucking planet swings around, and then it's like fucking.
You know what that is? That's the rapture, buddy.
That's it.
That's the rapture.
That's it, bro. It's an alien planet swinging into our fucking within like a distance that they could use some kind of surfboard.
What if it's just every 3,000 years and our time is different and really this is just one of their drunk holidays?
Yeah.
Like, we're just going to bash humans.
It's just their planet is just their cruise ship, like a drunken carnival cruise going around in fucking 3,000 years. And they just keep fucking going to every planet in this huge circle. And then they get here and they're like, woo.
Oh, it'd be great, dude.
Yeah. What are they called? The Sumerians really believed that this planet. Okay, so here was what was creepy. We didn't discover, I think it was Pluto and Uranus and things like that till like the early 1900s. Like where we charted these planets, right? As our modern civilization, we identified them. Well, these Sumerians had these planets and another planet, like our whole solar system exactly to scale, right? I don't know how they figured that out. And then there was another planet on the 10th planet because they considered the sun and the moon planets. So they didn't distinguish.
10th planet jiu-jitsu.
That's where Eddie gets the 10th planet. So our solar system, including Pluto, the sun, and the moon, and this I don't know what you call it, like an extraterrestrial planet. That doesn't make sense. No. A planet, the 10th planet.
It's called Jesus.
There's a theory that its orbit is so massive that it only swings near us every 3,000 something years.
I tell you what, that would be much better than what we have coming if that happens.
Imagine this planet just swing close to us. We're like, what the fuck? And these spaceships start coming, and we get Will Smith back. He divorces Jada and just goes fucking full Independence Day.
Yeah. Will Smith gets his
He starts dating fucking strippers again. Remember? He was dating a stripper in that movie when he saved the world. He wasn't fucking married to Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah.
We need to get Will Smith some fucking whores.
I would
immediately.
I would gladly go down to the strip club and find a broken human being that just needs like a 50 bag and a half a ham sandwich every 5 minutes. And
if you were
that's
Will
a much
Smith?
better. Yeah, no, if I'm anyone.
Yes, if I'm anybody. Let's do that when we leave here.
Who the fuck wants to be with Jada Pinkett Smith? She's just an angry fucking shithead.
Who wants to be with anybody? Okay, I'm going to give some young people some advice here because I fucked up my whole life. I've made all the wrong decisions. When you're with a girl and she's cool and she's nice to you and she treats you good and you don't fight a lot,
get her out of the house.
Hang on to that chick. Don't
do what we
don't listen to your dick and try to fuck around with 22-year-olds, blah, blah, blah. You get a nice girl who treats you good and you don't fight because then life is good.
Or put your dick in a beehive.
Or just fucking slam your dick in the car door. Don't do this, by the way. Probably get in trouble for this. Recommending that kind of behavior.
Yeah, we got to recommend something.
I don't know what to recommend. What are we talking about?
I don't know.
We were talking about something. Oh, the 10th planet. I just think
at this point, I believe anything. Nothing would shock me at this point.
Here's the fucking part that I really enjoy.
Monkeypox.
When I go in somewhere and these conversations, because of this podcast now, people are like, tell us about Operation High Jump.
Flat Earth is real.
Right. What I find fascinating is the people who can open their mind to the possibilities of something different, which is all I'm really doing. I don't have proof. I'm not married to any of these ideas that I have. I'm just saying, why is it a problem for us to think about other possibilities and like look through ancient cultures and maybe try to like figure other things out? Because I feel like nobody has all the answers. So isn't it more fun to believe that maybe it's a possibility that there's a 10th planet out there that swings into our orbit every 3,500 years, and it has a lot of answers as to what the fuck is going on. Like, that's great. Makes me feel better than just to be like, Pluto's not a planet anymore, and it's just us. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's all stupid, dude.
You know what I mean? I heard a dude on Joe Rogan's podcast tell a story where he ran into a merman in fucking Africa, and I was like, yes. You know what I mean? Make me believe.
Yeah, just
fucking A. Why do you want to? Why is life got to be boring? And you're like, you're wrong. Life sucks.
Yeah. Those people are stupid.
We had it all figured out.
Yeah, dude, run away from the people who have it all figured out.
Yeah, and how boring.
Shit.
How boring of a person do you have to be to just take everything you've ever been told and be like, you're right.
All of the rest of humanity up until maybe about 1895,
right?
Life was fucking horrific.
Yes.
Dude. Like everyone, like your life was terrible. Everyone lived off of like everyone was poor. Your life expectancy was like 40 if you're lucky. No one was arguing about cell phones and like play dates.
No, they were trying to survive, bro.
Yeah.
This is all of this. And this is what happens to every major civilization. They get to a point where they're advanced enough to where you have philosophers and people thinking all the time and nobody doing anything.
Yeah. And then we get our stupid colleges now.
And then we get people who try
Noam Chomsky, that's what I was thinking of. So Noam Chomsky is like a brilliant whatever his fucking, yeah, but he like just because you're brilliant in one thing, this is like your boy that you're talking about.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, so these guys are so smart. They can articulate a bullshit argument better. You know when you're like, I never ever like to run my mouth about something I don't know about,
right?
Because there's always someone in the room that knows, and you can do it. We were in sales, for Christ's sakes. You can make me believe I know about anything, but there's always someone who knows, and then you're also not going to learn shit by doing that.
Right.
So Neil deGrasse said, "Oh well, like, dude, you're a fucking dork, bro."
Right.
And you caught rape charges, and you got on board with something, and
but you know what? Away. He legit.
He's a smart motherfucker.
He faded out though. Everybody had enough of him. Nobody likes to be spoken to like they're an idiot.
Yo, he's a condescending.
Yes,
asshole,
it's annoying. Like, yo, okay, motherfucker. Like, teach me how to fish. You couldn't fucking cast a rod and reel, but you can fucking tell me theoretically about every goddamn fucking.
Like, how about I teach you how to pick teeth out of your lip?
This is what I hate. People who have all the fucking theories and couldn't prove a goddamn thing concrete behind any of it.
Know-it-alls.
Nothing. Like all of it is, I was told I went to MIT and was told. I went to fucking, like Harvard was told.
Yeah,
Yale,
but don't be condescending. The best people that know that shit are the people who can like have a conversation and not be condescending about it. You know? Like those are the smartest people. It's like why the iPhone was so popular, because it dumbed everything down. It's harder to make something simple than it is to make it difficult.
It is.
That's why that shit's so brilliant. Like the iPhone and all that. It makes it very easy,
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's perfect. It's very hard to make something simple.
Yeah, think about that.
Yeah, it's hard.
This is
especially if you understand it on a level that is.
This is why. Do you remember when VCRs first came out?
Yes.
And the fucking directions to program it. You know why those directions are like that? Because a bunch of fucking engineers made them.
Right.
And they just think everyone speaks douchebags speak, and it's like, oh, you know what you should have done? You guys are so smart. Why don't you make it 3 buttons instead? You got to finger your dead grandmother while you pick your nose in order to get the thing to go from AM to PM. Fucking losers, dude. You know what popped in my head when I was super high the other day when someone was arguing about religion? I'm like, the religion, the guy doesn't like gayness and that. I'm like, do you ever talk to a priest that says like, the reason I'm not married is because I'm married to Jesus. Does God know about this? Does he know? Is Jesus in the closet still?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, dude? You said you're married to Jesus. You're all men. But gay marriage is bad? Like, what the fuck, dude?
I think it's
just so weird.
Here's the thing. Anytime anybody tells you something in life that's to harm other people, harmful and derogatory toward others, this is probably not a dude you don't want to spend much time with this person.
That person is a cunt.
Yes, you want to get away from these people that are riddling you with hatred and vitriol and fear and
bad
divisiveness.
Juju. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Divisiveness.
How about this? How about like, why don't you come over here for a little bit? Guy knocking on my door with the watchtower. You want to see Jesus, motherfucker? Here's a brownie. Come back in 20 minutes. Tell me all about your stupid little book. We can talk about Frodo and how he went to Mount Doom for your sins, loser. Like I said, dude, it's bananas. Like, this is why I think the only way out, honestly, I've been saying this for years, but I really think it might be the truth. We need everyone to take a heroic dose of hallucinogenics. And whoever we lose, we didn't need you anyway. You know?
I think I think
like that's the only thing that's gonna snap people out of it.
This is gonna sound like I'm a fucking full-blown granola eating fucking trail mix. Anyway,
I just said ayahuasca bomb the whole world.
Yeah, I think that this is coming from a dude that is not.
You are a dirty hippie.
You'll get what I'm saying.
Lilith Fair acoustic guitar.
I think the only way out of this as a country is through really loving each other and loving our country again.
Well, that's the only way out. Listen,
we can't argue our way out of this.
But that's the only. So if we don't have some sort of, because the country is very unique in the fact that America is an idea as opposed to a nationality, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like everyone will come here, and you could be from wherever. You can still come here. You come here for, you speak the language. You're a fucking American. So now if we don't have that basis, we don't even have a country anymore. There's that's the only thing holding the country together, which again makes me think, well, this seems a little planned to destroy the country, you know? Because people would come, like it's still, people are in London too. It's all Western civilization that's under attack right now. So it's like in London, they just did a poll, and 45% of people from London are embarrassed of their country and this and that and blah blah. But why the fuck's everyone trying to get in there? Of course, there's negative aspects of what's going on, but why does everyone want to be there? Why doesn't everyone want to be in some totalitarian? Why is this the most successful? It's gone awry a little bit, but if you don't like it here, fucking go. I guess I don't know what to say. And here's the other problem too. No one's been anywhere else for the most part in this country. I'm. Don't quote me on this because I've been saying this for years, but it might not still be the same. Less than 10% of people have their passport.
Is that, yeah.
So you don't leave the fucking country. And then on top of that, if you don't talk to anyone that's different than you in the country, you have you have nothing to compare it to.
100%.
Go to a place that's really, truly fucked up and see how good you got it.
Yeah.
Fucking loser fucks.
I mean, it's just, so what really gave me hope again for this country, and the reason I have it so strong and always believe that we're going to pull through
Biden-Harris
is because when I would do these search and rescue and hurricane relief, like I attached to these teams and we would travel around, I would see the best in humanity. Like I would see everybody working together to help each other. And it didn't matter what race you were, what religion you were, what language you spoke. Nobody gave a shit. We were just, everybody's trying to help each other. And that was America to me. And that was not too long ago, a couple of years ago. And you know, I think Vegas just flooded. You know, you got some flooding.
Listen, this is people in general.
Yeah.
This is how most human beings are.
Yeah. And that's what I think
our
people need to realize.
To help.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you this. I think, you know, if you need help and you're an American citizen and you're here, or we don't check your fucking passport or ID if I see you need help. I'm just helping.
I'm not gonna be like, oh wait, you're one of those.
And if I go to help you and you speak Spanish or Chinese or whatever the fuck you speak, I'm not gonna not help you because you could have
help works.
You could have a Biden-Harris t-shirt on, a fucking Obama bumper sticker, and a fucking, you know, fuck Trump, whatever. And I
have that now.
Yes, nobody got, you know, like nobody really should care. That's just who you voted for. I think it's weird. It's weird that you have that shit all over your fucking vehicle, no matter who you vote for. But here's the thing:
no one used to care.
Right? Nobody will care. But what my point is this: if you need help, even if you were like you were my adverse political, you know, that you completely the opposite of me politically. We're always going to help each other. That's how I feel. Like, I'm going to stop and help you. But dude, you're on the side of the road and you need help, fucking helping.
That's gotten completely
I'm going to pull over, roll my window, and I'll be like, who'd you vote for?
That's gotten
Prove it.
Because there's people not talking to each other, family members, over fucking politics, dude. I don't give a fuck what any of my friends, I don't care. I don't care at all. Unless you're like a neo-Nazi trying to like fucking set one of my friends on fire.
Yeah.
It's very bizarre, dude. It's planned. It's planned fucking obsolescence or whatever.
The way out of it is just to abandon the hate.
Fuck our way out of this in a party.
You got to abandon the hate, baby. That's the only way. You got to not think that everybody hates you because not everybody does.
Nobody gives a fuck about you and your fucking
That's it, man.
Issues.
They're only people that are talking about shit like that are people who have the time and the money to do it. The rest of us just trying to live life, and we want the best. Donnie. We want the best for everybody because I don't want somebody to have a bad life so I can have a good life. I don't think anybody sits home. I'm sure there's some.
You know who likes that? You know who does that? There's like a handful of douchebags in this country, and they're the ones orchestrating all this horseshit.
They're the ones running for office.
Yeah. Oh, Nancy Pelosi, dude, you're fucking 900,000 years old. How much more stock money do you need?
You know what scared me though about that thing? So we've become so divided that I can remember a time not very long ago that it wouldn't have mattered what fucking party our Secretary of State was from. If another country threatened them, we would have been like, what did you say? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That wasn't too long ago. And I'm still, bro, I'm a fucking gung-ho American motherfucker. I'm fucking red, white, and blue, baby.
Yeah,
the ball. I right now, I have a fucking American eagle on my dick.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. Swear to God.
That's illegal.
I can show you.
No, I don't want to see it.
You don't? Okay. I do. I have American Eagle underwear on. So the beak is like my dick and the hair, the feathers are blown back and the eyes. It's fucking super weird. But what I mean, and the breast is the flag.
That's a felony in San Francisco.
Yeah. I'm way too fat to be wearing this kind of shit. But what I'm saying is this underwear will rescue you no matter who the fuck you are. As long as, you know what I mean, you're an American. We're coming for you. Yeah. I got this underwear. We'll make a makeshift fucking flagpole, run it up. We'll do a brief speech and then we're on our way.
All right, I just spilled all over this.
I saw that. I was trying to keep talking while you were cleaning. Fred just might have killed the whole keyboard.
No, we're good.
Oh, what did you spill? Was it liquor? Yeah. Was it sticky? Yeah, it's like some kind of fucking high C.
All right, let's get the fuck out.
All right, we're getting out of here. Listen, I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in, man. If we offended you, we love you anyway. I love you guys, man. Stay safe out there. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. This is a Loathing Octopus podcast. Uncle Frank and Uncle Fred signing out. Jesus is my name. My name. Jesus is my name. My name.